And it happens, it must happen once a month at least, where I do a show, I press stop on the record, and then suddenly some big breaking news thing happens, and it drives me nuts. It immediately makes everything that I just said for the previous hour and a half completely irrelevant, because everyone's like, oh, I wonder what Cesca's going to say about the grand jury being impaneled and so on. Well,
I'm like a
you're gonna have to wait till Thursday.
The Trump era has made me like a cat on a hot tin roof. Like I woke up from my nap and I saw the Washington Post alert, and I texted to Travis immediately. He's like, "It's on the printer." I was like, "Oh my god."
Yeah.
Bob,
I wish I'm cursed. I wish I need to sacrifice something to the journalism gods or something. No more news after I'm done doing the show, please. Thank you.
And
Put
by
a
the
full
way,
lid. Is that what they say?
Don McGahn is testifying next week. So.
Looking forward to that too.
So, all right, talk to us, Bob. So, yes, as I was just saying to Karen, the panel was convened. We'll sit 3 days a week for 6 months. Again, the indictments could come sooner. You don't know, but it's longer, obviously, than most traditional New York grand jury assignments, which are usually 4 weeks, and they only meet maybe once a week or maybe twice. So, they're saying, indicates Cy Vance's investigation has reached an advanced stage. It suggests he obviously believes he has found evidence of a crime. And I think, as you've pointed out, Bob, particularly against a former president, clearly they feel like they have their ducks in a row, don't you think?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's the first time this has ever happened. No president, no former president has ever been subjected to criminal charges ever in the history of the United States until Donald Trump. It's very historic.
As
That's how he's going to paint it. It's so historic.
But as people have said, right, like Nixon is a president who became a criminal. Trump's a criminal who became president. I mean, that's what I was just saying. His whole life has been fraud. So their whole business model was fraud. And it just it does make you realize why he fought so furiously to keep all of his financial records secret, because the minute someone got them, boom, right?
Yeah, and once again, one of the greatest aspects of this is, even if this goes eventually nowhere, and I think it's going to go everywhere, I think we're just seeing the beginning of all of this. I'm feeling rather positive about this turn of events. But if it goes nowhere, we can at least rest assured with the satisfaction that for a period of time, Donald Trump was just absolutely in conniptions, like just screaming like mommy dearest, like Joan Crawford with the makeup and the going nuts and chopping down the trees outside. And the
Ivanka,
one person
bring me the axe, Ivanka.
Exactly right. And by the way, Michael Beschloss was totally trolling Trump yesterday with the mommy dearest photos. It was great. My favorite Michael Beschloss is Trump trolling Michael Beschloss.
Peter, bring me the axe.
He is. But the one person I feel bad for, though, is whoever is assigned at Mar-a-Lago to launder Donald Trump's underpants. Because my God, can you imagine the hellscape inside those underpants? I mean, normally speaking, given his diet, given what he puts in his giant pie hole every day, and plus combine that with the stress of all of these legal things now descending on him, and it's just wonderful.
Yeah, one of our listeners that met George H.W. Bush said he smelled like oranges and old money, and I speculate, and we know Obama, cookies and freedom. I speculate Trump smells like meat farts and fascism. But
meat farts, exactly right. Meat farts. A guy who's had way too many hamburgers and just can't hold it together, right? Is under tremendous stress.
Freedom fry farts. Okay. Here's the part in the Washington Post. Trump is facing 2 state-level investigations of his business practices in New York. Both appear to have begun with the same man, Michael Cohen. That says who? Says who? Says Michael Cohen.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, but this is it. I mean, it really is going to be like SeaWorld now. Everyone's going to be flipping on him, right? Because, first of all, Don McGahn, he was going to challenge that Now he's not. You know why? Because he has to pay for it. Because it's not taxpayer money now. That he can litigate this and make sure Don McGahn doesn't testify.
Right.
So now he's like, oh, never mind. I mean, Rudy Giuliani has apparently, they've been begging for money, and Trump's like, no. I'm like, oh my God, his cheapness is what's going to land him in prison, right?
Oh, yeah. It's kind of amazing how all of Trump's inner circle people don't realize what Trump actually does to them, which is to hang them out to dry. As soon as the S hits the fan, Donald Trump throws all of his friends under the bus. Rudy Giuliani's going to get it. They're all going to get it. The entire cadre from the Trump organization, whether it's Matthew Calamari or Rob Lieberman, all the people, all the Goombas that Michael Cohen was listing in his congressional testimony.
I thought that was a joke at first. I was like, because we always joke about how mobby they are. I was like, there is not a guy called Matty the Squid. Like there is. There is a guy called Matty.
Right. That's right, Matthew Calamari. It couldn't be more like, I got to go get the papers.
Hey,
I got to go.
Matty the
Squid. Buy some squid. Get the squid. He's got to say it twice, right?
Yeah.
But all these guys are just utterly screwed. And at some point, they're going to have to figure out that this is what Donald Trump does to his people. He throws them under the bus. And the people who are most going to figure that out in the worst ways possible are Donald Trump's kids, because he will absolutely throw Don Jr. and Ivanka under a bus. I think he might spare Eric out of pity.
I don't think so. No, Eric.
But Junior and Ivanka are totally screwed.
No, Eric's the first bug you step on, because that's just pathetic.
It's like bless his heart.
They're screwed with their pants on. Is what's happening.
This is why I saved this for you, because I know we all have a personal favorite Trump we want to see in prison first, right? And I know yours is Don Jr. because he's just such a smirky little douchebag. But
guys.
Yesterday, yes, you're so funny about his guys' videos.
Yeah.
But anyway, I just have to do this one from yesterday. So on the day they announced in grand jury against the Trump administration, meaning that he's going in the hole along with his whole stupid daddy and his whole family. He was going nuts about Jen Psaki, because she was asked about Biden's workout routine, and he said he lifts weights, he rides Peloton, which we already know, right?
Better shape than I am.
His father does never exercise, his big tub of triglycerides that's never exercised, because he thinks that, you only have so much energy and you can't burn any of or whatever nonsense Trump thinks, right?
Yeah.
So this is him going nuts about, this is the biggest story yesterday to him.
Weightlifting, Gatorade, birthday calls inside Biden's day. This is the Washington Post, folks. This is what passes for journalism these days. I guess they're journalisming, as their cheerleader for the Democrat Party. But that's a headline in the Washington Post talking about Joe Biden. They're trying to do whatever they can to make this, former shell of a man into, a sentient being. And
can I ask a question? Because as everybody knows, I've never done any drugs. So is that like the lack of a nasal septum from cocaine overuse? What is that? Kind of like that. Is that what that is?
I don't
Sean
know.
says yes.
He's got adenoids. It's like
Sean,
remember,
you are expert, Sean?
Isn't that what Tom Arnold has now?
Oh, is it? Yeah.
I think he had a deviated septum. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's that or something. It's like when you were in kindergarten and someone in your class would get tubes in their ears, and that's how they would sound.
I remember that. Yes.
Yeah.
But wait,
Hal pointed out, why does Don Jr. wear his earbuds when he's shooting these videos? What purpose would those earbuds
so he can hear his
have?
dulcet tones. Make sure everything sounds good.
Yeah. He's not talking to anybody. He's just got a video camera that he's talking to, but he's got to wear his earbuds.
He sounds like an 80s morning DJ.
Hey.
Good buddy.
Guys.
Okay, wait, here's some guys part 2. Hang on.
Okay. I can tell you, having traveled with him a fair amount, sometimes he's hard to keep up with.
Right, that's what's
happening. Really, Jen? He can't walk up the stairs of Air Force One without falling over. Now, if you said he's hard to keep up with because you have no idea what the hell he is saying when he's speaking, that I would understand.
Okay, so first of all, Biden tripped once, which, by the way, his stupid father can't even walk down a ramp, for God's sakes. Like, really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, of course. And by the way, he must have spent all day on the really joke.
Yeah,
that
really
observation.
Really.
Yeah, it's really sad to see. It's really sad.
It sounds like Tom Lake is eight Rick D's.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like, by all rights, Don Jr., when he shoots those videos, should have like Albert Brooks level sweat. Just the flop sweat of the awfulness of what he's doing. And he lacks so much self-awareness that he doesn't realize how utterly ridiculous he looks and how he is so deserving of that flop sweat. Or maybe he does. Maybe he sweats bullets and that's just the best take. I don't know.
By the way, thank you for laughing at my inside radio nerd joke.
Yeah.
But okay, everybody, let's hear one more about it.
The world is on fire, and
fire.
we're pretending that everything's just fine.
World's
and
on
Joe
fire?
Biden's riding a bike
Just
and he's
fine.
weightlifting. He's a strong and viable leader. You can't make it up, folks, so we got to push back. We got to
folks.
call it out. And again, let's not pretend a guy is a physical specimen when he can't walk up a flight of stairs. And when he can't get through a sentence, let's not pretend he's entirely mentally there either, okay?
Okay.
We gotta push back at the president being fit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Instead of a big orange tub of goo. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you get cocaine in prison? What happens, Bob? Do you know? I'm not asking. I don't know if you've been.
You're asking for a friend?
Just asking for a friend. Dot Jr.
Yeah. I don't know where he's gonna get his hair pomade and his
Oh, he can get some lube in prison. He can get something though. What?
Yeah, that homo beard's gonna get really unkempt really fast
They
in
use
prison.
pomade for something else in prison. What?
You know what? There's always a guy that can get you things. I've seen the Shawshank Redemption. I know
Really?
how it goes.
Really? A lot of guys asking for pomade?
Yes.
Using the word
Don
product.
Jr. Yeah. Don Jr. would get it backwards. He would like try to carve away the wall using the poster, but then he'd hang the little, the little rock
hammer.
pick in front of the, like he would get it completely backwards.
Eric
I don't know how to dig a hole.
Eric can make a tunnel into the next cell. Oh, how'd they get here? Oh, crap. He's like the stupidest gopher in prison.
On the wall, Eric was using his fingernail on the wall, just scratch away at it. Like,
Eric will just keep tunneling into different cells for years. Oh, damn it! I did it again. That's me doing it.
Yes, he spends 3 years making a tunnel, and it just tunnels him into another cell. Yeah, that is exactly how that would go. And it would be Don Jr.'s cell, or his dad's cell. Eric, I've told you, if you're going to make a tunnel, make sure it leads somewhere like the cafeteria, not my cell.
No, it'll be into like Hannibal Lecter's cell. What did I do? Okay.
Some fava beans.
Okay. I could do this all day. Bob Cesca, hey, here's the good news. You'll be able to talk about this on tomorrow's Bob Cesca Show, right?
Oh, great. Yeah. Oh, well, all of this. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Unless I forget. And that's always a possibility. But no. We'll be getting all of this. And everyone's going to go, okay, great. 3 days late, Bob. Thanks.
You interviewed one of my favorites, Andy Kindler, last week. Fantastic. Bob Cesca, one of the great interviewers in the business. Oh, my God. I love Andy. You were fantastic.
Today I'm interviewing Richard Hensel on the show.
Oh,
the great Richard Hensel. Yes. Mark Twain. Yeah.
Fantastic.
And also the star of many Rocky Mountain Mike bits. Yeah,
Indeed.
Absolutely.
Indeed.
And the star of Groundhog Day.
The Bob Cesca Show is he's every superhero in the Stephanie Miller Cinematic Universe. We love you, Bob Cesca.
Love you too. Okay.
If you have not heard of the Sexy Liberal Podcasting Network, your podcasting superstation, you suck. I mean, we have the smartest, funniest liberals in the country. Stephanie Miller's Happy Hour. We have John Fugelsang. We have Hal Sparks, Frangela, Final Word and Idiot of the Week. We have Bob Cesca. Oh my God. We have Jody Hamilton from The Bunker. We have Start Me Up with Kimberly Johnson. We have Unprecedented. We have the smartest, funniest podcast, period. Get it now. SexyLiberal.com.